I have a whole list of thank yous for our sponsors and our volunteers, and it's pretty exceptional because in just 9 months we've gone from David and I having a beer at his rooftop apartment to actually having such a beautiful group here today. And with that has come some incredible sponsors and incredible volunteers, but I want to remind each one of us and each one of you why these sponsors even care. And it's because each one of you, your presence is what they're looking for. Your energy in your respective industry, we're all in meetings and events, but there are a lot of creative people here, whether you're graphic designers or you're planning events or you're doing decor. I mean, your energy is why we do this. So I want to thank each of you, and I've tried to thank each of you individually over the past hour for coming here, so thank you. Now, we do have a list of sponsors for us, and I do need to thank them because they've provided some incredible food and desserts, so make sure you get the chips and the cupcakes and the goodie bags on the way out. We have, first of all, Nuage Designs. Sarah and Zyra have given us this space for tonight, so round of applause. It's beautiful, and I'm pretty new to the industry. I've never seen such fantastic setup, so make sure to take a look at it over the course of the night. We also have a lot of food. The first is New York City Catering One, which is Cafe Metro, and they have all sorts of other brands. They're the ones who supply the chip goodies there. So thank you to them. Thank you to Crumbs and Yaya Cakes. Iana Graham has really helped us out with that. And our drink sponsors, drinks are very important. We have real wine in actual bottles. Provided by Marissa Wilkes and the Open Society Foundation, which is George Soros's pet project. I Dream of Coquito, which is a thank you to Susanna Encracion. And Enhanced Red Bull, courtesy of Dan. And there's actually a Red Bull related game back there, so if you've never heard of augmented reality and want a glimpse into the future, you need to try that game. Because you just lift the box of Red Bull and it follows it on the screen and you play a game with it. And it's a little, it's a game now, but I really think that's the way things are going to be going. The music, the excellent music. David Fletcher. David Fletcher, he actually started Washington DC's Best Musicians a while ago, and he ported it to New York City, and now he hooks us up with incredible musicians in jazz and rock and opera and whatever you want for any of your events anytime, so I really appreciate him doing that. I'm here because of the grace of a guy named Larry Cherry and Unison Interactive Meetings, who we supply meeting apps, mostly to corporate events. But if you're thinking of an app and you want to talk about it, just talk to me. If we don't have it, I probably know the person who does. There's a lot out there, and it's pretty overwhelming, and that's my job. And the other aspect is Esther Song and the Thompson Hotels. They provide the goodie bags on your way out, so there's all kinds of good stuff. I'd recommend you take that. The Thompson Hotels is a lifestyle-based set of hotels for weddings and special events worldwide. They have locations all over the place, so I recommend you check out the Thompson Hotels. Now, we couldn't do any of this without volunteers, especially since I was pretty much MIA a lot of, for the past few weeks on vacation and Burning Man and all sorts of great things. So we leaned a lot on our volunteers, and that's what we do, is that we want to empower the people in the organization to help make this happen, because it's not us. We don't have all the great ideas. It's really about what ideas do you want to try out in a very safe and fun space. So a thank you to the volunteers. First of all, Blue Team Leader is Jasmine Roberts. Where's Jasmine in red? Yeah, Jasmine. Jasmine's been with us for a long time, and she's put up with a lot of us for a long time, and she's done some amazing things. So she's going to be leading our networking activities. I'm the Red Team Leader. The Green Team Leader is Marissa Wilkes, who couldn't be here this evening. She's at Cinderella. And our planning team members are Brian Macalera, Blakely Yaku, Melody Mokhtarian, Peter Nicolau is doing the photos tonight, and Juan Nunez, Esther Song, and Aria Carr. So I really want a round of applause for these guys. They make this possible.
Wait, good applause. That's
Now, our newest volunteers, we've got to congratulate the newest people, Stephen Burt and Susan Mays. Susan was checking everybody in with the name tags. She had to leave a little bit early, but thank you to them. And a final round of applause for our musicians, Josh Henderson, Paul Hemmings, and Peter Tasho, and of course David So I'm going to turn over the microphone shortly to actually Sarah of Nuage Designs, who's going to walk us through a brief little talk about each of these displays. I think they're worth looking at. But before I do that and then pass it over to Jasmine for our little networking activities, I want to remind you that we want you to be active in the organization. We believe that everyone's here as a participant as opposed to a spectator, and I think you've all done that. Your presence here, like I said, is enough. But if you're interested in working on the planning committee, we'll be sending out an email in the next day or two. And we encourage you to come and help plan for the next 2 events. Really big. We're going to be at Biz Bash, October 30th. That's huge for us. That's 9 months of work, and now we're going to be at a very expensive table that David got for us. Woo! Yeah. And now we're going to have our first annual Christmas and holiday party, and it's going to be amazing. And we're planning a lot to just make this a way to celebrate the holidays on November 13th. So this way, if you want to book the actual act we have, you can still have time to do that. So November 13th, if you're interested in helping to plan that or do anything for YFE, please be in touch or take a look at the emails. And there is one other thing I came up with, because when I was really thinking about what this organization is about, I mean, there are a lot of industry organizations, but what are we really about? I want you to recite with me just a little 3-phrase thing about YEP. And the phrase is this, is that my heart is young.
My heart is young.
My mind is, well, I'll say it first and then we'll do it all over again. But it's energetic. And he was dancing to the music before, so I love that. But the phrase is my heart is young, my mind is open, and I am a young event professional. That's what we're about. That's how we change our industry. So, my heart is young. My mind is open. I am a young event professional.
I am a young event professional.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.